member for Manyatta, John Gitonga.
Thank you. Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I'll start by saying that a nation's strength ultimately consists of what it can do on its own, and not what it can do, it can borrow from others. Honorable Speaker, around 13 years ago, our debt was less than 1 trillion. Honorable Speaker, right now we are talking of close to 11.25 trillion. And Honorable Speaker, we actually need to borrow less as we move forward. Because, Honorable Speaker, the population that we are leading, the next generation must not find this country in crisis in form of debt, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I want to congratulate the report done by the Committee on Debt and say that, Honorable Speaker, we actually as a House need to be more keen on the issues of borrowing in this country, Honorable Speaker, and more keen also, Honorable Speaker, on the programs that we are borrowing to finance. And I propose, as we look at this issue of debt and how we are handling our debt, Honorable Speaker, we need to put in audit, especially well-trusted auditors, even internationally, Honorable Speaker, to check on the viability of the programs and projects that we are funding with debts. And Honorable Speaker, that will help us to be able to get value for money, because we are net borrowers. So we cannot say we will not live without borrowing. But let us borrow and ensure we maximize on the opportunities and the value for money as we continue doing the same. Honorable Speaker, I'll deviate a little bit and go back to the borrowing in Kenya right now and say that, Honorable Speaker, and call upon the Treasury to look at the interest rates that our local debts, our banks are giving to the normal business people. Honorable Speaker, right now, if you're doing business, 20% and you borrow from bank, 20% goes of your profit goes to what you are making in any business. And that means, Honorable Speaker, we are having a problem with even people financing their own operations. I call upon Treasury to check on that, and I understand the issue of inflation, but it's important to have local solution, especially for our businesses, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, we also need to review, and it's good to always say we are a working and a thinking nation. We passed the finance bill last year, and there are some things that are working, others need improvement, others need to be rethought. While we are preparing to do another budget in June and read another finance bill, Honorable Speaker, some of the taxes that we introduced, and we were very keen to increase on our collection, some of the things have not worked right. It's important we review that as a House, ensure we come up with ways of raising revenue that are not too much into killing the businesses that are being operated in this country, Honorable Speaker. I also want to say that even some of the taxes, especially the turnover tax, that we have introduced to our farmers, it is also important as a House, because we are also a thinking House, to see how we are going to reprieve that and reduce what is required for our farmers, Honorable Speaker, so that we also don't have a case where farmers are getting frustrated, going to internet and trying to solve issues, Honorable Speaker. As I close, Honorable Speaker, I want to say that we need to work on the savings that this country is accumulating. And I'm happy that the government we have today has come out strongly to see how we can improve on our savings, so that we stop borrowing too much from the foreign entities and getting crushed by paying by the dollar, and work with our Kenyan shillings. Then we can negotiate on issues of our interest rate, so that, Honorable Speaker, we can have this country figured out as we move on, Honorable Speaker. And that is my submission, as I still congratulate the committee. Thank you.
Honorable Rindikiri Mugambi. It's out of the House. The Honorable Geoffrey Ruku, MP from Bere North. Not in the House. The Honorable Dr. Robert Pukos, MP for Entebbe. You want to contribute to this?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for allowing me to contribute to the policy and financial resolutions relating to the 2024 medium debt management strategy. Honorable Speaker,